Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I hope y'all are having a great day. I just wanted to hop on here and say that I goofed and I definitely um, accidentally deleted the first half of my footage. So, wanted to kind of, let you know we're going to be jumping in on me starting to plan on a Wednesday. Unfortunately, there's not any footage of me setting it up. So sorry, but I hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. Hey guys, it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So, yeah, I'll be marking in for my Wednesday and also my Thursday because I will not have any time really tomorrow. And then I've also got some other things to put in that I'm doing the rest of the week. So, let's see. So today I woke up. Hallelujah. But I woke up. We did have a little bit of coffee time on the porch, which is always so refreshing. It's nice to just like slow down and let me grab a few of my sheets that I know I'll need. But it's always nice to just slow down and like just chat. Especially with, my husband. I like him quite a bit. So I am going to mark in that we did have some coffee this morning, but I am going to shake things up. No, I am going to put like a little orange squiggle. I just feel like this this spread, personally, I feel like I haven't put a ton of color in there, and I don't necessarily like that. So I want to try and put a little bit more color in there. So, and then I am still having neck pain, but it is better. So I am grateful for that. But I'm so ready to be done with the neck pain, truthfully. Yeah, just done. I did have a couple of study sessions today, so right after class, I met up with my husband, because he is also still in school, so I think this will work, this pink. And he didn't feel like eating. I wasn't crazy hungry because I had eaten like an apple with peanut butter. That's been kind of my go-to here of late. So I had a quick study session for chemistry. So I'm trying to, I've kind of been a bit of a slacker in regards to my chemistry. And so I'm trying to be better. So that's why you've seen I had the exam yesterday, and then now, and that was for bio, so like I've been so hyper focused on my biology that I haven't been studying chemistry as much, which is fine because like luckily, knock on wood, chemistry has not been that bad. But, and do I actually, would this work? Or is that too much? Let me see what I have stored away to mark in for work. So I can do, would it look bad? Would that be too much? Maybe this light or this dark? Decisions. The brown would not work at all. I think this light one, and I'm going to use that actually to mark in my main part-time job. So let me go ahead because I only did like 2 hours of my part-time today. And then I'm not going to work my part-time tomorrow because I'm covering football game for my other job. Keep up if you can. And then I'm covering starting at 11. I'll be doing baseball on Friday for my part-time. And then, let's see, I'll be going in at about 3:30, 4 o'clock on Sunday to cover practices. So, got a few things going on with the part-time gig. So, today I just did training room coverage. It really wasn't a whole lot. And I pretty much did 12 to 2 p.m. And then I know on Friday I'll be covering a baseball game. And I will get there at 11. And then it will go, honestly, I'm expecting it to go, they start at 1. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I'm just gonna mark in, probably gonna be done around 7-ish. I'm expecting an 8-hour day out of it. So, and I'm gonna just do a squiggle line because I really liked how that looked earlier. I don't know, it gave it a little something something. So, and then I'm going to be covering basketball on Sunday, and it's just practice. So, I'll probably get there around 3:30 to I'll probably be there until 9 p.m. So we'll just draw this squiggle. So it'll be a late night for me working, but I won't complain too much about the hours. So, what else? Yeah, I did study until about 7 today-ish. So, and I'm actually going to put in, would that be just, yeah, that'd be out of left field for that one. But I've got, would that be, I mean, yeah, I think it'll be okay. So I did a little bit of studying, maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours worth when I got home for chemistry. And then we did take a quick nap. Well, I didn't nap, but we did kind of relax. So I do want to put that in. I'm going to use this. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to do it. And I'm just going to letter in, oh yeah, that is a bit of an eyesore, but it's okay. So we're just going to do that. To mark in that we did relax a little bit, then I studied more chemistry. And got a few things done. Then of course I had my call with my mom, and I have been crocheting, not knitting, crocheting, but I only have knitting things because I got into crochet, like, honestly, I started dabbling in it about a week ago, so still very new. I don't have an actual crochet thing. I just have these knitting because I've been doing a lot of knitting. I'm not even gonna put that. I'm just gonna put crafts. Or here, crochet. Let's see if I can even spell it. And then I am planning to do my nails today, so let me look in my handy dandy booklet for nail stuff. I do plan on having coffee with the Hubble. I'm going to use this gray one though. Oh, do I not have any more emojis with nail stuff? Oh, how sad. Okay, well, it's not going to be a nail appointment. I've started doing my own nails. Oh, yes. Perfect. I'll do the purpley. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I've recently as in like a month or two ago, got like the kit with the gel nails, and so I've been doing my own nails the last little bit. I like it pretty well. It doesn't last as long as if I went and got them done, but it is $50 less that I spend in a month, and so it's worth it to me anyway. Because when I was going to get my nails done professionally, like, I sometimes walked away having paid all of this money and not being very satisfied with it, depending on the nail tech that I got. And then also it was getting to where I felt like it was a burden, because then I was having to go and wait for my nails to get done and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know, I think I'd rather just do this at home. It saves me money, and, you know, I have more control over it. So I will be doing my nails tonight. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be like probably a light pink or something. You'll probably see them maybe when I plan on Friday. But I am going to go ahead and fill in Thursday because, like I said, I'll be busy. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of planning in my pretty planner. So let's see. So I'm definitely going to have coffee with the hubs. So we have like a thing where if we are able to, we absolutely have coffee on the porch. It is so relaxing to just talk, and then our 4 dogs get to kind of roam around the property within sight. And everything, and it's so nice and peaceful in the mornings, and it's just a great way to start the day. So I definitely grab as many of these days with him as possible. After that, I am going to have more studying. So like I said, I'm kind of behind on where I want to be chemistry wise. So I'm planning to have another study session for chemistry, which is good. Let me put my little thing. I'll probably shoot for like doing that at 10. And I'll study for a couple hours, and then I will also, in all honesty, probably do a little bit of like knitting and decide what project I want to take with me, because it is an away game tomorrow, so that means I'll be on a bus for about an hour, and I like to bring a project to work on with me. It makes the time pass more quickly. Oh, I completely messed that up. Oh well. Okay, so study session. I'll probably plan to study till about 12:30, and then I'll work on getting ready, getting stuff together, maybe give myself some time to decompress from studying. And then, yeah, that'll be my studying for that day. Then all of my evenings basically gone. So yeah, that's what I have so far for this week. You will probably either see me again one more time, either Friday or Saturday. Oh, Sunday. Important thing that is occurring that I want to mark down is that we are going hiking on Sunday. And because it's technically our date time, because this is supposed to be my week, but our date, instead of us going and doing something fancy, is going to be us going on a hike, which both of us are so excited. We were talking, we were like, man, we feel like we've been so like caught up between school and work and just all sorts of other things happening, that we haven't really gotten the time that we're used to getting together. And so we are going on a hike, and that's going to be our date, and we're super excited because like we always have the best chats on hikes, and it's my all-time favorite thing to do with him. So I'm super stoked. Is that red heart gonna be too much? Here, I'll do this one right here. And yeah, it's going to be so exciting. I am going to use, I think, this pen versus my fountain pen, so hopefully it won't bleed as much. And we do have hiking trails about 30 minutes from where we live in Oklahoma, at a place called the Wichita Mountains. So we're super blessed to have that. We used to go a lot more, but we just haven't made time, honestly. So there we go. Hike at the Wichitas. We don't even know what route we're gonna take, but still so excited. So that's all I have. I'm going to go do my nails now. And I will see you later on in the week. So yeah, bye. Okay. Oof. It is Saturday. So already did Friday. So I need to backfill this, and then I'm going to go ahead and write down what we did today and go ahead and fill in for Sunday. Because as you can tell, Sunday is a bit of a special day and then a working day. So, yeah, I'm super stoked. So this has been a great weekend, to say the least. I mean, Friday, I still had to go work, but I actually wound up only working until like 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there. And so that was a nice little treat. I got to go home, and just kind of hang out on the couch with KB, which is honestly where I want to be anyway. So it worked out in my favor. So Friday, I did have to go in at 11, but me and the hubs got to hang out and have coffee on the porch, and it was truly magic. So let me put that down. And I mean, honestly, we slept in because I did get back really late from covering the football game on Thursday. And so I got up around like 9. Oh, that pink though. Maybe I want that blue one. I changed my mind. We can change our mind, right? So I do want that blue. I need to find more coffee cup stickers. Like, this came out of a Happy Planner book, which is fine, but I would really love to find like a small creator that just makes multiples of cups similar to this. Like, they don't even have to be colored, they can just be black and white, but I haven't found any that I really like a lot. So yeah. Anyway, so got up about, do I want it here or here? We'll just put it there. So had coffee, and truly we just hung out on the couch this morning, and then we spent a little bit of time outside with the girls. Honestly, we live in kind of like a very spread out neighborhood, so we're considered rural, but we can see our neighbors. We just have our own little like 2-acre haven. And because we have our own little 2-acre haven, the girls get to basically roam anywhere they want on our property. We don't let them go to other people's properties because that's rude and dangerous for the girls. If you live in the rural area, then you probably understand that. But we enjoy just like sitting, having our coffee on the front porch and watching the girls just be dogs. Like, oh gosh. And if you don't know, we have 4 dogs. They are on the larger side. We have an Australian Shepherd named Macy, and then 3 pit mixes. So Elvira's our oldest, and then Velcro's the second oldest, and then we've got Ethel, and those are our 3 mixes. And then the very youngest is Macy. So yeah, we have a full house, to say the least. In fact, fun fact, when me and my husband first met, like, he had Macy, and I had the other 3. So I was single, living with, like, 3 large dogs. But I mean, you need protection, right? And snuggles. You need lots and lots of snuggles. So anyway, I distinctly remember we had just met, weren't even dating because we were friends for a long time before we started dating. And I remember telling him, yeah, I have 3 dogs. Because, you know, the 3 pups, my babies, were like my life. So, of course, I was going to tell everybody about my 3 amazing dogs. And so, yeah, I told him about that. And he's like, oh my gosh, you have 3 dogs? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. Like it's the most normal thing ever, right? And he was just like, wow. And I even remember he's like, I can barely handle my 1 dog. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, you know, and I mean, we weren't even talking necessarily because we were interested in each other, although he has a different story about that. But we were just talking because we both worked in the same battalion. And so we were both early for a meeting that wound up, like, we were 2 hours early for a meeting on accident. And so instead we just wound up talking for 2 hours, which was phenomenal. But anyway, yeah, I distinctly remember him being like, I can't even handle 1 dog. Like, the thought of getting even a 2nd dog is just like, it's a lot for me. I was like, oh yeah, I've got 3. And he was just so taken aback. He was like, you have 3? And I was like, yeah. And of course I had photos because, hello, dog mom. And so, like, you know, I wound up showing him. And as it turned out, like, and he'll even tell you, he was like, if he had 3 dogs, like LV, Ethel, and Velcro, that were like just well behaved like they are, because they are pretty good dogs. I mean, yes, I'm a biased dog mom, it is what it is, but they are very good compared to Macy, who is also a very good dog, but she is your typical Australian Shepherd. She wants to control everyone and everything at all times, like no exceptions. And so he was used to that. So to meet 3 pit mixes that are so lazy, they spend more time on the couch snoring than they do doing anything else. Like, if they bark, they don't really bark. Every now and then Ethel will catch a wild hair, but for the most part they're very quiet and well behaved, you know. And so anyway, I don't know where I was going with that actually, but yeah, I guess that was how me and my husband met. But yeah, we got to hang out on the couch with our 4 dogs, and it was just wonderful. We watched The First Wives Club, which it was Kelvin's first time seeing it. It is a classic. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. But that was pretty great to watch that, because I haven't watched it in several years. So, yeah. Ugh. Great movie. If you're wanting like a feel-good movie, definitely fantastic. So like he gamed a little bit and we watched this, and then I did do a little bit of knitting, but honestly I don't think I want to add these just because they're so big, and so I don't really want to, like, I don't know, I think it would overpower, and plus I'm like, this honestly looks very much overpowered by lavenders and pinks, so I'm just gonna leave it. But anyway, that's what we did, and we were up late. Like, I had my chat with my mom, and I'm gonna move this over here actually. So I had my chat with my mom, and then, like, I mean, we just hung out on the couch all night long, and it was 10 out of 10. Phenomenal. So that's pretty much what I did on Friday. So now Saturday, it was a rainy day today. We slept in again. We did have coffee again, but we had initially intended to do some outside work because, like, just with my schedule and everything changing up, it definitely has put some of our outside work on the back burner, to say the least. And so I think I'm going to do one of these again. I kind of hate it, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I really love these coffee mugs, but I only have 3 left. Anyway, so yeah, we slept in. And then what else did we do? Yeah, we were contemplating a farmer's market run, but we decided to just wait until next week. We get, like, so our body wash or soap, we get it from a very specific lady at our farmer's market because I don't know about y'all, but my history with homemade soaps is that usually they leave my skin feeling like really like catchy, I guess, almost rubbery feeling. And then also the scent of them it doesn't always smell very good, or it's like just enough scent that it annoys you. And so I never really liked them, but then there's this one lady at our farmer's market in Lawton, and she makes the best soap, homemade or otherwise, that I have ever smelt and used. Like, I mean, my skin feels fantastic after using it. Like, I've used it pretty much every day for the past 2.5, 3 years, like since I found her. In fact, when we were entertaining like moving out of state earlier this year, we were already like, me and my husband had come up with the game plan because he gets his soap from her as well. He started more recently doing that, like maybe less than a year, but like both of us we're on the bandwagon now. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what she does for it, but it's fantastic. So he's out of soap, and so he was wanting to go to the farmer's market, but then we decided that we can wait another week. So we did, and we hung out at the house pretty much all morning, but we did have a lunch date with my friend Dana, and I'm going to use one of those. And we had a lunch date with my friend Dana, and then one of her friends that actually drove in from Fort Worth. I'm going to need that. I'll also need this. But anyway, yeah, nice little lunch date with them. It was really good. She's told us about this friend. It was like one of those, like, you know, oh, we're mutual friends, we should absolutely meet type situation. And so that's what we did, because he was coming in, and so we got to meet her friend Greg, and that was really fun. We had a great lunch, and then afterwards I talked to Kelvin to go into Hobby Lobby, because I am in the middle of making a baby blanket, not for me, but I had run out of my the yarn that I was using, and so I needed to run in and get more, right? And I am proud to say that I only got, wait, no, that's not true. I did get one thing that was stationary. I've been very good though. But we did just kind of peruse the aisle, and isn't this just the most pretty? Like, I love it. I know that it's more summer, you know, so obviously I won't be able to use it, but I mean, I just thought I hadn't seen this anywhere. Like, I hadn't seen it in the Hobby Lobby aisle, and it's just paper, and it was like 69 cents, but oh my goodness, I love this light blue and dark blue play, and so I'm here for it. Anyway, this is gonna be a super long video if I don't start writing stuff down. So we did go to a Korean restaurant called The Junction to meet up with Dana and her friend. So write that in. And we had a long chat, so, and that was good. You know how sometimes you meet people and it's just like a mutual friends, and it's like, oh, this is awkward, I kind of want to get out of here. Or maybe that's just me. But anyway, it wasn't like that. Like, we had the little, like, awkward meeting moment, because we're not people, honestly. People persons. Anyway, but, you know, we did want to meet him. Anyway, but so we had like that little awkward thing that happens sometimes when you're first like meeting somebody that's like just a mutual friend. Like, the meeting didn't necessarily happen organically type deal, if that makes sense, question mark. Anyway, but after that, like, we all warmed up and it was great. Like, it was a good, like, it was a good lunch. Anyway, so, and then after that, of course, we went to Hobble Lobble, and I'll go ahead and mark that in. And then we also stopped by the local market, and we got some vanilla. So, went to Hobby Lobby. I've been trying to stay out of Hobby Lobby personally. I've been trying to, like, save my money and go for yarn specifically to save my money and try to do, like, smaller businesses because, number one, like, I'm not a fast knitter or crocheter, but also want to kind of support them. And so, but when it comes to baby blankets and stuff like that, and gifts for some people, like that I'm giving for Christmas, I'm like, they're gonna want to wash it. I know they are. And so, then I go ahead and, you know, do the acrylic yarns, which I just grabbed from Hobby Lobby. All right, and then I do want to put this down, but do I want to do that or do I want to come over here? I think I want it over here, actually. So then we had a fantastic nap, like just wonderful. Honestly, I woke up and wasn't really sure where I was. So yeah, it was a great nap. It was about 2 hours, and then I came in. What did we do? Oh, I think we've just kind of been hanging out in the studio all evening. Like, Kelv's by me playing his games, and I watched a little bit of YouTube. I wound up waiting until today to do my nails. And so I did that a couple hours ago-ish. And then right now, it's 9. So I did this. I am going to get a little bit of studying done, but I don't expect it to be like a ton. I'm going to be working on some of the notes that I took, and I think it'll only be like a 30-minute study sesh. I should have been better, but I just wasn't today, which is fine because I got a decent amount. Like, I did a little bit of studying at the beginning of work yesterday, and so that's been very helpful. So I guess I could technically count today as my day off. Do I want to do that? You know, I might do that actually, and just relax the rest of the evening. I don't know. We'll see. I have really weird thoughts about that. Like, I really like the idea of having a day off from studying at school, but in the same breath, I'm like, yes, however, what if I forget everything in 24 hours? So I don't know. I'm one of those. I guess that's my part of my anxiety. I don't know. But yeah, so did a little bit of filming, which I'm doing right now. So tomorrow we are going on a hiking date, and I'm excited. We're going to the Wichitas. So by the time you see this, actually when you see it, if it's the morning, then we will be out hiking. And we are the world's laziest hikers. Part of our goal when we go hiking is to find a really nice rock and take a nap on it. Like, we'll just like find random rocks that are good to sit on and relax for like sometimes hours. Honestly, we have great conversations when we go hiking, so I am stoked. I suspect, because we're gonna get up a little bit early, I suspect it's gonna be a 3 or 4 hour ordeal for us, and then I'm gonna come home. I do need to meal prep, so let me see. Do I have meal prep things? Because tomorrow is kind of, I guess you would call it Sunday reset. So that's usually when we go, what do we do? That's usually when we go grocery shopping, but we're not going to do that tomorrow because we're doing hiking. We decided to prioritize us going hiking over grocery shopping this week, which is fine. It's actually a money saver. If you're anything like us, then you probably have more than enough food in your pantry or something. Like, I mean, it's not gonna be like the creme de la creme meals, you know, but like, we've got oatmeal, I've got stuff. I'm gonna make a soup tomorrow, like a big pot of it, and stuff like that. So we will be just fine. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything for meal prep, which is so sad. Meal plan, meal prep, but it's red. No! What do I want to do, guys? Gosh darn it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and just put... What? There was like a little meals meal plan. There we go. We'll do that. And then also, we are counting tomorrow as our date. So if you don't know, we have made a commitment to go on at least one date every 2 weeks. So this week, or this time round rather, is going to be that. Is going to be us going hiking. And then where we go hiking at is actually very, this is Tombow 673, by the way. But where we go hiking at is actually very, it's very populated, as far as it has a bunch of, you've got all the hiking trails. And then when you come out of the hiking trails, it's like, yeah, hikers like to eat, right? So we'll have plenty to choose from. And we are stoked for it. So, and I'm just going to put another mark here for meal planning. So I've already got planned what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make like a lentil vegetable stew type thing, which just about guarantees that my husband won't eat it. Which is fine. He's got his own thing. He does like chicken meal prep. If you don't know, both of us are 30-somethings in college now. Sniffle, sniffle. But anyway, so he has his meal prep for what he takes for lunch, and then I usually like try to do a soup or something super simple. So yeah. Anyway, I think this last part of the video is definitely going to be very talkative. I guess, I'm not really sorry. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up. Maybe consider, subscribing if you want. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this spread. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of it? Or like, just let me know more about y'all in the comments. I really love when people like, comment on something that they picked up on me saying and stuff, and are like, yeah, me too. So yeah, feel free, shoot me a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.